Hey, what's going on? What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Hope y'all having a hell of a day. Hope you got to and from your destination safe and sound, free of all drama, all trouble. I want to say what's up? What's up to your world? What's up to the world? Hopefully everybody feeling amazing. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Uncle T Show. Today we have a hell of a broadcast. As you can see, the title is When Self-Care Becomes an Excuse for Your God Doggone Selfishness. When self-care becomes an excuse for your selfishness. All right, I'm going to wait on a few people to get in, but while y'all sit here, we're going to turn it up for y'all for a minute. We're going to turn it up for a minute. Give yourselves a round of applause for chiming in. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. It's a live broadcast, y'all. I want y'all to know y'all welcome. Everybody enjoy. Y'all free to engage with the show. Y'all free to engage. Voice your opinions. Your opinions matter. If you can hear me out there nice and good, you can see me nice and good, please give me a number 1 in YouTube. If you can see me and you can hear me good in Facebook, give me a number 2, y'all. If everything sounds good and looking good, give me a number 1, y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, I see we got T Jizzle in the building. Give it up for T Jizzle, y'all. Yes, yes. We're going to wait on a few more people to jump in this boy, and then we're going to get the show started. We got a good one. Today is a great episode. Today we have a great episode. We're going to have some fun. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see what y'all think about it. Yeah, we're going to talk about it. We're going to see what y'all think about it, period. How that sound? We're going to talk about it. We're going to see what everybody think about it. You know, everybody got their opinion, so I'm ready. Your boy ready. All right, all right, all right. All right, all right, all right. Let's get ready to get the show started. I have something I want to read to y'all first. Yeah, I have something I want to read to y'all first. And then we'll get going. I'm gonna read something to y'all first, okay? So today, we're gonna be stripping away the aesthetic mask of the soft life to expose how radical comfort often breeds pure narcissism. We must confront the reality that prioritizing personal peace frequently means abandoning communal responsibilities in our relationships. It is time for raw accountability, questioning if we are truly healing or just becoming too lazy to care. And at what point does prioritizing yourself becomes a betrayal in your relationship? How can you trade character for comfort, convinced that any minor inconvenience is a boundary violation, if your version of self-living requires you to be completely unaccountable to your partner? You aren't finding yourself. You are losing humanity. You aren't finding yourself. You just losing humanity, y'all. So let's get it on popping. Let's get it on popping. Hey, we got Kobe Caban. What's good, Kobe Caban? Ashman, hello. Hope you are having a good day. Yes, I am. Yes, I am, Ashman. Yes, I am. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Welcome to the show, Ashman. Cody Caban, welcome to the show, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all feel free to engage. Feel free to say what you want to say. Tap in, tune in, whatever you want to do. Y'all are a part of this broadcast. So let's bring up avoidance. The anesthetization of avoidance. The aestheticization of avoidance. Check how how bad the algorithm has gotten. Okay? Check how bad the algorithm has gotten. The algorithm has started to rebrand the basic escapism into a high-end wellness movement. Y'all feel what I'm saying when I say that? The algorithm, these people who write the codes for the algorithm, the people that's watching your phone, that's watching your everything that you like to look for online, they have gotten so good that they done rebranded the algorithm where it's basically just escapism. They done turned it for y'all. Y'all think y'all on a high-end wellness movement. So when y'all don't want to be talking and don't want to be confronted with the drama, problems you may be facing, they know that's what y'all facing. So they done put y'all on a high-end wellness movement where you just scrolling through, you scrolling along through your phone. You just scrolling along through your phone and they got everything to make you escape so far from the reality of what's going on in your relationship that you on some high-end wellness movement. That's what you think. But it ain't nothing but escapism. It's nothing but escapism. You feel me? So be cautious of that. These people are gearing your timeline. They're gearing your algorithm because they know what you put in when you're going through problems in a relationship. Google see what you typing in, what you're searching for. So now every time you go to any one of your social sites, it's just straight wellness, a wellness movement. You thinking that you literally on a wellness movement and they just gearing everything towards what you're going through in your relationship. Something to keep you strolling, keep you stuck so you can escape the reality of what's going on. So y'all pay close attention to that. I mean it. Pay close attention to that, y'all. And when you get in here, please throw up them give me them thumbs up. Don't hesitate to give a thumbs up. If you're feeling the show, give a thumbs up, y'all. Let's move on. I got something else I want to bring up for y'all. Okay? Analyzing why we use luxury robes and curated silence to mask a growing fear of conflict. Why do we use luxury robes and a curated silence to mask a growing fear of conflict? Why do we do that? We center ourselves around, and all of this got something to do with the algorithm too, y'all. Whether y'all believe it or not, it still has something to do with the algorithm. We center ourselves around this lifestyle of a luxury quietness, a luxury peace. You know, that's kind of where we put ourselves now. We put ourselves into this place where we our peace, our quietness, our silence it's a luxury for us now. But it's all to honestly mask this growing fear of conflict. The fact that you don't want to have this conflict because of this microwave society that we live in nowadays. So you don't want not to really mess up this microwave position you have yourself in life. You feel what I'm saying? We have this microwave lifestyle where convenience tops truth, reality. Because if you're convenient, you cool with just being convenient. You don't care how uncomfortable the relationship is. Convenient trumps comfortability. Convenient trumps being true to yourself in your relationship. So you don't care that you done curated this luxury type of silence that you have between yourself and your partner because of your comfortability, because of your convenience. You're convenient. You're comfortable with this convenience. So you don't even care. So we got to fix that, y'all. We have to fix that. We can't keep masking this fear of conflict, the fear of addressing issues that we may be facing. You're facing issues, address them. Address the issues. Talk about it. That's the only thing that's going to ultimately heal your situation, is just by talking about it. Silence ain't going to do it. Silence don't do nothing. So let's talk about it. Let's move on. I got something else for y'all. I appreciate y'all too. If you're new, if you're just chiming in, please don't hesitate to throw up them number 2s. Give me them thumbs up. Give me them number 1s in YouTube, number 2s in Facebook, and we're going to move on. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. I appreciate everybody. All right. The dangerous shift from healing trauma to avoiding every minor inconvenience. Can I read that again? The dangerous shift from healing trauma to avoiding every minor inconvenience. Anything that's going to inconvenience you and your relationship, you and your silence, you and your peace, whatever you have made up in your mind to justify your lack of communication, your silence that you have between you and your partner, whatever you done made up in your mind to justify this, just to avoid a minor inconvenience. Okay, uncomfortable conversations are going to be a little inconvenience. It's going to inconvenience you a little bit. But you can't avoid these. If you avoid things, what you heard in your life. Have you ever heard anyone tell you pressure busts a pipe? So if you think that because things may be kind of little and you think you can just avoid them without the communication, without talking about it, because you don't want to be all inconvenienced, what does those little things do? They just build up. They build up until you just go off. Until you just go off. You can't continue to keep covering up problems that you may be facing in your relationship, problems that you may be facing in your friendship, and you're not talking to your friend. You're not talking to your partner. You just keep on sweeping the dust over it, covering up the rug, covering up the dust with the rug. You ain't talking about it. Pretty soon that pile gonna get bigger and bigger until it explodes. So let's stop that. Let's stop that, y'all. That's dangerous. That ain't healing from trauma. That ain't healing for trauma because you're avoiding every minor inconvenience. You ain't healing. You heal by going back and talking about it. Remember that. That's how you heal, by talking about it, confronting your inconvenience, confronting these problems, no matter how uncomfortable they are. Confront them. That's how you heal. That's how you begin to heal. Confront the issue dead on. And don't let it simmer too long. You let stuff simmer too long, what happens? The water start building in the pot and the water start popping all out the pot. You can't let it simmer too long. Talk about it. Talk about it. Thank y'all again for joining the show. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate everyone for joining. All right, we're going to move on right quick. We're going to move on from that one. Okay. Let's change this up, y'all. We're going to change that up. Reclaiming purpose. Let's talk about it. Now we finna talk about it. Now we finna get to the nitty gritty. Now we finna talk about some resolutions, okay? We're going to talk about a couple resolutions that can probably help fix these, that we can do instead that would kind of, well, you can start seeing the light again, okay? We have too many broken homes, too many broken families to continue to go down this path of disconnection because of inconvenience conversations. We have too many broken families. So let's talk about something that can possibly heal it. All right? Let's talk about some things that can possibly heal it, y'all. Reclaiming purpose through hardship. You got to go through the fire. You got to go through the fire to be refined. You hear me? You have to go through the fire to be refined. That's the same thing as you reclaiming your purpose by going through the hardships. Okay? Let's talk about growth. Let's talk about growth. Why meaningful growth requires the very discomfort we have been taught to delete. Reclaiming purpose. Hear it now. Hear how I put this together. Reclaiming purpose through hardship. Why meaningful growth requires the very discomfort we have been taught to delete. We all want to forget our past. We all don't want to talk about what went on in our past. Did y'all see Kevin Gates real quick when he was on the Shannon Sharp podcast? And he say when he was younger, the fact that he covered up him being molested, that him being fondled with, the fact that he covered that up, what did that do to him? He said he became very violent. He wanted to take his anger out on everybody. Why? Because he tried to cover up, didn't want to talk about what transpired in his life as a young teenager. He didn't want to talk about that. So the only how you really get some meaningful growth is everything that you think you're deleting from your life, deleting from your situation. You don't want to talk about it. You just want to mask it. You want to mask it with some fakeness. You're not growing. You're not growing. And it's simple as that. You're just not growing. If you want to see some meaningful growth, you can't delete your past. You can't delete the issues. You have to talk about them. Talk about them. Learn how to listen to each other. When you learn how to listen, now you have some communication that's meaningful. Now you have a type of communication where there's understanding because you're listening. You're listening. Now you can get some meaningful growth out of that. So stop trying to delete your past. Stop trying to delete what you're going through in your relationship. Talk about it. Discuss it if you want to get some meaningful growth, y'all. Okay? I appreciate that. I want to see healthy homes. I want to see healthy families. Let's be responsible. Let's stop raising our kids in toxic situations because that's all that does. That's all that does. When you're trying to hide because you want to delete your past, you don't want to talk about it because it's discomforting, guess what's happening? When it finally bubble over, what you think you're going to do in front of these kids? They probably see some physical altercations. They going to hear name calling. They going to hear all type of stuff. All because you trying to delete, you don't want to face your situation head on because it's discomforting. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, okay? And that way we'll heal these broken families and we'll stop raising toxic kids, okay? And I appreciate that, y'all. I got something else. It's getting a little bit better, y'all. It's getting better. Let's talk about shifting. We're going to shift a little bit. Okay, shifting the focus from what the world owes us. Everybody always talking about what the world owed us, what the government owed us. You know, I used to hear that growing up when I was a young man, growing up in the ghetto. I used to hear all the time, government owed us this, government owed us that. Nobody owe you nothing. You got to do for yourself. So let's stop shifting the focus from what the world owes us, what the world owes our peace, to what we owed our relationship. When I say relationship, it's not necessarily a relationship between a man and a woman. It could be a relationship between your friend and yourself, between your mother and yourself, between your kids and yourself. Let's stop shifting the focus from what the world owes our peace to what we owed our relationship. What we owe that is honesty, integrity, being true to yourself. Because if you can't be true to yourself, you can't definitely be true to your partner. That's what we owed our relationship, whether it's friendship, kinship, besties, your boyfriend, your girlfriend. You owe all that to that. You owe truthfulness. Hey, John Isaac. Hey, brother. Thank you for tuning in. Give it up for John Isaac for tapping in. What's up, John? Thank you. But yeah, you owe all of that to your relationship, to your friendship. You owe truthfulness. Because without truthfulness, there's no trust. Okay? You owe all of that. All of that. Y'all feel me? Can we fix it? Can we fix it? I'm doing good, my brother. I'm doing very good, John. I'm doing very good. Thank you for tuning in to this broadcast. I really appreciate you. Thank you. It's a good friend of mine right there. It's a good friend of mine. But yeah, let's stop shifting the focus from what the world owes us to what we owe our relationships. Because trust me, if we focus in on what we owe our relationships, we'll have better relationships. We'll have less broken families. We'll have less, a minimum of kids that's out here doing Lord knows what. We'll have less side chicks and side dudes. We'll have less of that. We done made side chicks and side dudes to a social norm. We done made that to a social norm. Can we fix that? Can we fix that? We have to fix it. We have to fix it. Think about if we stay on this path for another 10 years. What does the next generation look like? You won't see no homes with two parents in the home. You won't see none of that. Every kid will think cheating is just normal. We have to fix it, y'all. We have to fix it. We ain't that messed up. We ain't that messed up. Just be careful what you allow to keep going into your brain. Because if it goes in your brain, it has to come out. It has to come out. So let's just be careful. Let's start fixing. Let's start talking. Let's stop masking our comfort, our peace with silence. Let's stop being afraid to face conflict head on. Let's talk about it no matter, but you have to learn how to talk about it as well. You want to get out your emotions when you talk about certain things so that it can be a productive conversation. So it could be a conversation where two people talked, listened, and understood each other, and now y'all moving forward. You feel me? Let's move on. I got more. I got one more, y'all. All right. Let's talk about some real self-care. Can we talk about real self-care? Practical steps to practice real self-care that builds resilience instead of more excuses. Did y'all hear me? Practical steps. Come on now. Practical steps to practice real self-care that builds resilience instead of more excuses. I always heard excuses is like a butthole. Everybody got them. We all can make excuses. Excuses is easy to make. That's like not pushing yourself to be the best version of yourself. That's easy to do. It's easy not to push yourself. It's easy to get comfortable, especially in this microwavable society that we live in today. It's easy to get comfortable. So let's take some practical steps. One of them would be, we heard growing up that let's try not to go to bed angry. Let's not let the sun go down with us angry. Practice that. How do you practice that? By talking about the uncomfortable conversations that need to be had. Be true to yourself so you can be true to your partner. Be true to yourself so you can be true to your partner. Have some integrity. Let's learn how to have integrity. First, by learning to know who we are as people. Learning your weaknesses, learning your strengths. Tell your partner, your friend, if they don't know you fully, if they don't know your strengths or your weakness, tell them so that they would know how to talk to you. Tell your partner how to love you. Tell your partner how you need to be talked to, how you need to be loved. Don't be afraid. Tell your partner. These gonna help you guys reach great resilience. These gonna help you build practice these steps so that you can build that trust, that integrity between one another. That way when you talk to each other, each one of y'all ain't thinking somebody trying to hurt me, somebody throwing shots at me. Learn how to talk. Build resilience instead of more excuses. And those are just a few little steps that you can practice. Set boundaries. And make sure your boundaries are respected by your partner, by your friend, by your family. But you have to respect your boundaries. You can't say, I don't want you to say this to me, but you turn around and say the exact thing that you said you don't want your partner to say. You get what I'm saying? So you have to respect your boundaries as well. You can't say we ain't gonna throw no low blows, no shots at each other, but you turn around and throw some shots in the same sentence. You're not fixing anything. You're not fixing anything. It's just gonna be more excuses after excuses. So with that being said, I want to say, man, thank everybody for tuning into the show. I really appreciate everyone that tuned in. I respect y'all. I thank y'all. I love my audience. I love my audience. Y'all continue to support the Ask Uncle T show, and I'm going to continue to bring y'all good, raw content. I mean it. I'm going to bring y'all good, raw content. Continue to support your boy. Continue to support your boy. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I love when y'all support me. We getting ready to end this broadcast, but I hope y'all enjoyed the conversation. And I hope some of y'all got something from it. We all go through certain things, but I also want y'all to be aware how these folks, they're smart, how they set up that algorithm for y'all. I want y'all to be aware, be conscious of how they set up that algorithm for you to think you on some wellness movement when all along it's just escapism because you don't want to deal with the harsh reality that you're facing in your relationship. Let's fix that. Let's be conscious of that. Let's be conscious of that. Let's stop letting stuff simmer and boil over. We let it simmer too long. What they say, pressure busts a pipe. Remember these things. Talk about it. But you have to be willing to listen. And if you set boundaries, you have to respect your boundaries. That goes for me too. When I speak, I'm not just speaking from a place of me trying to tell people what to do or teach y'all something. I'm learning. I'm constantly learning something new about myself every single day. Every single day I'm learning something new about myself. So I want to say thank y'all again for tuning in. Y'all be blessed. Don't be nothing less. Stay tuned for the next episode. And we're going to keep bringing this raw material. I love y'all, but more importantly, let's love ourselves. Uncle T out. Peace.